Hey everybody, this is John Eric Bentley, the voice of Barrett Wallace from Final Fantasy VII, the remake, so many other projects, and more importantly, you are listening to Hawaii's #1 podcast, the Kasanova Podcast. Yeah.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Hawaii's #1 podcast and the #1 podcast in the Pacific, the Kasanova Podcast. I'm your host, Mikael Kasanova. I know I said my name a lot of times, so I'm gonna get that out the way. But you know what? We got an amazing guest here. It's such an honor. I'm so honored to have him on. He's the one, the only, the iconic, the sensational, BigCheeseKIT. What's up, man? How you living?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, man. Like I'm trying to be like you, man. I'm trying to go on vacation pretty soon.
Man, shoot, it's a long time coming, man. It was like 2020 was a heck of a year, man. But yeah. doing all this stuff is like deserve a vacation. It's like let me just get 3 days out of 365 and I'll be good. I promise you. So. Yeah, man, I can't wait, man.
It's crazy because like people, like when you talk to folks, you know, especially in this field, and you talk to people who are not in it, and you be like, hey, yeah, I want to go on vacation. I want to take a couple days off. And people like, all you do is play video games and play in front of a camera. I'm like, you want to trade?
you want to get a shot? You want to give it a go? Because the same way that you work 40 hours a week, I still work 40 hours a week. Even though it's playing video games. Exactly. It's like I'm putting in overtime and people don't know, like there's more to it than just having the controller in your hand. You have a bunch of buttons in front of you. You have a bunch of like volume mixers and stuff like that, keyboard, all that stuff. It's more to it than just video games, but think like that. That's all you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You got it. I remember one time I took my mom, because my mom came out here. And she's like, oh, you just play video games and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, hey, look, here's my setup. She's like, why you got 3 monitors? What them buttons do? I'm like, press it. Go ahead. It's easy, right? No.
I'm already confused by all these buttons. Child, you can have this.
Oh, man. So, how you living, man? How's everything been going? I know this has been a year. This has definitely been a year. But it's also, you know, I've been seeing you. You know, you've been grinding, you've been rising, been shining. Man, I see it. Let's talk about it. What's the story, man? How's this year been treating you?
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like this year has been treating me very well. Dude, like even though, you know, under major circumstances, you know, the pandemic and dealing with like, you know, trolls and racism and all this other stuff here, like all that happening and, you know, even, you know, the stroke that happened in July, all of that happening to me, that still turned around to where I still had a great year because of the bounce back that came from all the negativity. You see what I'm saying? So I look at it as like a battery, you know, even though I like 2020 completely drained me, all the positivity recharged me. So I was like, I'm good to go.
Okay. Definitely, man. Definitely. And yeah, I mean, this year, it's crazy because like you think about all like, you know, growing up as a kid, because, you know, you and I are around the same age, but like thinking about, you know, the year 2020, that was supposed to be the year, man. That was supposed to be the hype year, and then it comes and we're like, God damn.
Yeah, that was that humble moment. It was like, oh, you think it's gonna be good? Hey, I'm pandemic. And I came from somewhere else, and I'm going to stay in this country because it seems like everybody's welcome here. So here we are. And like the crazy thing is, everybody didn't expect to just stay in the house all year. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody had plans to go to conventions and go to these events, that events, tournaments. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had plans. It was like all of that just got taken away. But us as human beings, we always think of another way to do something. Because even though that was taken away, we still found a way to meet up with each other. We still found a way to talk with each other online and still be successful with what we do. Now, like I told you, I don't mind being in the house. I'm a homebody. You know, I don't mind getting out either, but not during this pandemic because people don't know how to act. Like I can wear a mask and somebody be all in your face. Why are you wearing a mask? And I have a Captain Falcon punch in me. So please social distance yourself from me. You know what I'm saying? Show your moves and move on. That's how I feel about it.
Man, for real though, man, people are wilding out here these days.
Yeah.
Like, dude, so my wife and I, we went to the store a couple of days ago, and then, man, you know how the stores got these, like, they got the signs, you know, they got the things on the floor, especially when you're checking out, like, social distance, here's a 6-foot marker. And you got people that just don't adhere to that. And it's like, for real, I had one dude that was right up on me, and I turned around, I'm like, homie, you need to back out. I'm like, you need to back
I'm just ready to go.
up.
I'm ready to go. I don't need a mask. Get out of line. You pay for your food? Get out. My turn. Oh, hey, how you doing? No, I can't do it. I can't do it. Everywhere I go, I wear a mask. I have hand sanitizer. I even have hand sanitizer in my room, and nobody's in the room with me. Like I'm just trying to get through this whole thing, and we don't even know when it's going to be finished. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
like the country that it started from, they're already cleared up. All the countries that it hit up, they already cleared up. It's only this one. Why us? But you know, we as human beings, we will learn and we will continue to go on as far as human beings. It may be a different normal for majority of us because now wearing a mask is a new normal, you know? And it's kind of like, I shouldn't have to do this because other people don't know how to follow directions, but so be it, you know?
And it's such a simple thing. Like just put on a mask.
Yeah.
Just wear it, you know, keep your distance from folks. It's common sense. And then when you look at how people just don't want to adhere to it. And then you got the people that's like, well, you know, I don't need to wear a mask. I got freedom of choice and this and this. Like, okay, that's cool. But respect the fact that this can help save lives. This can help keep people from getting sick. Because I know folks that's been, and like I know you know some folks that's been through it. Yeah. You know, I actually lost a family member to it this year, and I lost one of my Twitch viewers, one of my community members, and he straight disappeared for a minute, and then next thing we heard from his brother, he's like, he passed away from it. Yeah. And I'm like, you can't play with this.
Yeah, like people think it was a joke. Like this is real, man. Like those cases keep going up and up and up and up, and then everybody was saying, "Oh, it's just a joke." It's like this isn't real, and they say, they got it. it's still not real. I don't care. And then I'm not trying to make a joke about people dying from it, but when people can't be in your casket talking about it's still a joke, like here lies this person, he still thinks it's a joke. Like, oh, this is real. Like more than 200,000 people died from this, and then over 1 million cases in the United States alone. So it's like when you sit here and make a joke about something, or you talking about you're protesting about not wearing a mask, what you're doing is disrespecting those that have died from it and those that's trying to survive from it. You see what I'm saying? And like you're making a mockery of your own country, but it won't be the first time. So I'm used to it.
Man, I tell you, man, this year, especially in the U.S. Anyway. I mean, that could be a whole separate podcast that's talking about the BS that's happening this year. But yeah, man, and we here to talk about you. Like we about to talk about you, your accomplishment. Would you mind if I read off some of your accomplishments, man?
Sure.
Okay, let's read off. So recent accomplishments: 2020 Twitch Ambassador. Booyah. 2020 Golden Stick Award nominee. Surpassed 40,000 followers on Twitch. Yeah. Surpassed 25,000 in donations for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
That increased.
Correct me.
No, that has actually increased. I think overall We are over $100,000 as far as donations for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital for the kids. So yeah, we did the whole thing with Dr. Lupo's Build Against Cancer. And during our run at that time, we did over $56,000. So the Tetris matches were terrifying because they kept saying don't hold the L piece, so don't hold any pieces, don't do a T-spin, don't do a Tetris line, and then like some of them would just do end game. And I didn't win a game till the last game. I was mad, but I was happy about that. But no, it was fun, man. Well, the accomplishments of that, going from that to $100,000, it was great because, like I'm always looking to do something for a great cause, and I'm happy that we did that. The Golden Joystick Award, I was sent the email in regards to being a nominee, and I was happy about it because it was like, this is crazy. I'm nominated for Best New Streamer. That's how I'm like Best New Streamer. I've been on this platform for 7 years, but you know what? It's cool. And after that, yeah. And then after that, I go on the site, and the site had all the wrong information about me, and I was like, "Where did you find this information from?" You know what I'm saying? Like they had the wrong name, they had all the stuff incorrect. I'm like, "Where did you find this from?" And they found it from some Wikipedia site. And I'm like, "That's not me." Like you can contact me directly like you did in my email. Hello, I'm here. If you want my information, just contact me. I can give you my name and where it all started. And what kills me is that like companies, when they go to the third party, so they're going to the first source, it is mind-boggling. It's like you act like I'm dead or something, or you can't get in contact with me. Hello, I got an email. It's in my doggone information deck. Hit me up. But the nomination was cool to have. It was a big accomplishment because it's like people have seen my streams and me coming up or whatnot, but I'm like, dang, it took like 7 years to get there. But that's natural. I'm used to it. So that's what that was with the Golden Joystick Awards. Twitch Ambassador. That was one of my goals personally. To become Twitch Ambassador, because I felt like I have a great community. I have great individuals that's been surrounding me, and people have been discovering me all year. And I started seeing other people get Twitch Ambassadors. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I think like this year I probably won't get it. I'm just going to move to the next one. And I even posted on Twitter. I was like, I probably won't get Twitch Ambassador this year, so I was going to keep pushing, keep going. Then they hit me up. They was like, we've been watching you, and we are impressed with your community, impressed with what you do as far as your streams, and you give people so much hype and hope and happiness. And that's Triple H. But it's like we love what you do, and we would like for you to become an ambassador. I was like, you say it again? Like, could you tell me that? He said it again. Like, yeah, we would like for you to be an ambassador. I'm like, you know how long I've been waiting for this? So the Twitch ambassador thing happened. It's like, man, all of my goals this year have been crushed. I feel like the only goal I did not get is working with Oculus as far as VR, because I never did VR. I want to speak with Oculus, and I want to be able to do some VR games and stuff. But I probably would destroy everything in this room because I'm a moving guy. So like if anything makes me nervous, I'll move around or punch something. So, but that was it, man. That was it.
Yeah, and not only that, bro, dude, you co-hosted Twitch's event GlitchCon.
Yeah.
And then sponsored by Astro Gaming, Logitech, and Gamer Advantage. Have you you've added any more?
Let's see. It's let
me go get the belt, man. You got the championship title.
Yeah, man. Let me see. It was Astro Gaming, Logitech G, Gamer Advantage, Elgato, Norton 360 for gamers, Voodoo Ranger, NVIDIA,
them too.
And Power GPU. Shout out to Power GPU, man. It like he only has three individuals as far as sponsorships under his belt. It's me, it's Gathalion, and who she gonna kill me because I forgot her name. But no, like she makes really dope kicks. You know what I'm saying? Like she's a great artist, man. Oh man, she's gonna kill me if I mess up her name. I don't want to mess up her name.
Man, we can edit all of that out. Don't worry about it.
Oh man, she's gonna kill me. But no, like he has 3 individuals under there, and like Gathalia and I are 2 of the 3. She's gonna kill me. But like she makes really dope art, dope shoes, and she's really artistic, man. She's a great artist, and it's crazy. Like we're the first 3 that is a part of Power GPU, and I'm still trying to figure out why Power GPU is not verified yet. Twitter, get that together, man. Get it together. But yeah, those are my sponsors. I have one affiliate that I love, which is Smart Sweets. It's like you can have like a little candy sugar, but keep the candy. I can't eat too much of those because they are high in fiber. But no, it's great to have that, and also I'm signed with NappyBoyGaming, so
yes, sir.
Under T-Pain's wing, unfortunately, he can barely fly, so yeah.
How surreal is that, man? Like
very surreal. Like we don't think about things like this. Like when you see somebody that you actually listened to growing up, you know what I'm saying, and I was like what 21, 22, so like we're only the same age until his birthday hit in September. So like we're both September babies, you know what I'm saying? And he's like literally a whole year older than me, and I thought I was older than him. So like when he started, with like people think it's like I'm sprung, like that was his beginning process. It's like no, he go back to the nappy heads. like his first song was like what I heard him was like called Robbery. And that's what I know on T-Pain, you know what I'm saying? And then when he became rapper turned singer, and like everybody knew him. So we know him as this musical Grammy award winning artist that dealt with everybody as far as the music industry. And he's also into gaming. But when the world was like looking at him like, why are you into video games? Stick to music, this and that. Here, it's like, how are you going to sit here and label somebody as one thing? Like, like LeBron James of basketball, shut up and dribble and all that stuff. Here, it's like this dude is one of the like pioneers to look at as far as on the court and off the court. And people need to understand there's more than one thing that us as Black people can do. So please stop labeling us. You know what I'm saying? Please don't put a label on us, because we can do anything we set our mind to. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Murphy was acting and singing. All right, party all the time. Y'all forget about that. But y'all forget about that. So when you look at somebody like T-Pain who does music, and he does the music, the audio engineering, he does the video editing because he's directing. He's also learning how to do everything as far as like the graphic design, all this stuff. He's putting his mind into all that stuff. So you thinking that he's not into gaming, that is insane. You see what I'm saying? And when he started NappyBoyGaming, he was talking about having like a lot of like just celebrities, and I would be the only non-celebrity streamer on there. So every time I introduce myself, I'm like, yeah, I'm the non-celebrity streamer on NappyBoyGaming. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like overall I changed the game, because I changed the mind of those that felt like all you need is celebrities on your stream team or on your team. And with him seeing what I do and seeing what others do, is like maybe we need to look beyond just having celebrities, because celebrities are always going to do something, as far as like acting or doing shows and stuff like that. So who will be available to stream a majority of the time under this team? Hi. So it's wonderful to see like T-Pain like showing the side that he was afraid of showing, because a lot of people look at us like, we're a bunch of nerds and we're this and we're that. All we do is play video games, etc. But what they don't know is that what we're doing is entertaining the world with what we do, regardless if it's games, regardless if it's music, or if it's just having a conversation with people or checking out their stuff, And that's why people need to have an open mind when it comes to, individuals. You can't have a closed mind and then, put this one person on a certain pedestal because you don't know what they can really do. And then when you see the development of what they can really do, you're like, I have been judging this dude majority of my life. I mean, I'm a fan of his, but I didn't sit down and actually talk with Payne. Like, this is crazy type of thing, So
right.
That's the way of the world, man. You got to show people this is my book. All you're doing is judging the cover of it. Go to page 1142. This is what I can do.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the things like I like to, prior to the pandemic, beginning of this year, I had the opportunity to, like, all the colleges out here actually reached out to me to talk to students about, going into content creation as a career, or podcasting, streaming, YouTube. And man, I'm over here. I'm like, yo, I'm a small creator. Like, y'all reaching out to me. And then they reached out to me, and then I was talking to the students. And one of the things, like, I told them, like, no matter what, if you're going to go into this, look at your life. What do you want to do?
Right.
Like, what do you want to achieve in your life? And what's keeping you from doing it? And more, 9 times out of 10, it could be yourself. Like,
right.
I know for me, for the longest, like, I'm in my 30s. We're in our 30s. So it's like a lot of things I had to overcome, limitations other people put on me, things my parents taught me that didn't really apply. Then,
right.
Find out as I'm growing up, and my own limitations. And I'm over here like, man, what's keeping me from starting a podcast? What's keeping me from, cutting on the camera and streaming? What's keeping me from making YouTube videos? Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
There could be other things. And I'm not saying that there's not other things doing it, but, I want to leave a mark. When I was working in IT, the occasional times when I would have to, like, go to, like, the ICU or, set up, networks over there, set up the phone system, telephony, and talk to, as I'm doing that, I'm talking to people that are terminally ill, people that's about to die. And then the one thing that they're telling me is like, man, I wish I had done this. I wish, you're so young. I wish, you should go and do this. And, like, that stuff started. That's, hit me. I'm like, man, I don't want to get to the end of my life because we don't know how long we have.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I know for me, like, going through cancer, because I had colorectal cancer, and I was stage 2, like the same one that the man, how am I forgetting his name? The guy who did T'Challa. Why am I forgetting his name? Chadwick, yeah. Chadwick Boseman. So we had the same I had the same cancer as him, and I was stage 2, about to go into stage 3. And the doctors are basically telling me, like, you ain't got much longer to live.
Right.
So I'm over here like, well, I can either, and I had a sit-down conversation with my wife, and I told her, I'm like, all right, I can either take this and just go out, like, live a quiet life, do this, or whatever time left, I'm going to fight. I'm going to do what I want to do.
Right.
I'm going to live a happy life with you. And I'm going to write this book, I'm going to fill these chapters in.
Right.
So I did that. And when I was talking to those students, I was telling them, like, what you see now, this ain't it. This ain't everything.
Right.
Like, yeah, you here in Hawaii, there's a whole world, a whole globe. Like, travel, do this, learn something, learn a new language, learn a new culture, learn a new skill set.
Most definitely,
don't think that, don't think that just these textbooks and these classes, that's it. No, that's like a couple of kids wanted to do music. I'm like, yo, I used to do music. Go and do it.
Yeah.
Go pursue it. Like, what's stopping you?
All I'm gonna say is, like, in regards to that, none of us want to be that I wish I was able to type of dude or do that. Nobody wants to be in that category to where I wish I was able to do this, or I wish I was able to pursue this. I wish I could have done this. Nobody wants to be in that factor, and that's why, like, you have your 20s to go through that. Even when, like, you're in college or you're graduating, you still have a lot of life ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing that I regret when I was younger is eating too much candy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, like, eating too much candy, it's good,
but it's good.
but when I tell you, like, all of this, like, it's like majority of my teeth in the back are gone. So, because like I didn't have like no dental plan, like, you know, in like my teenage years or growing up, you know what I'm saying? So when I finally did get a decent job and I had got insurance, like I got my teeth taken care of. You know, I got the bad ones pulled, and I plan on getting like implants. So, I tell you, like, take care of your body when you're young, but live your life to the fullest, you know. But I like anything that you want to pursue, you have the chance to pursue it, go ahead and do it, you know, because you have plenty of life ahead of you, as long as you wear a mask today and stay away from those 6 feet. Now, you know, it's so many restrictions now, but you can still be able to do what you love to do. Just make sure that you take care of yourself throughout your journey. You know, your journey is only beginning once you finish up high school, once you finish up college. Your journey is only beginning. And that's why they tell you to like learn a major, learn a minor, have a backup plan. You always got to have a backup plan. Even when your main plan is working to the fullest, have a backup plan. And people were like, well, why I got to have a backup plan when I'm successful in my main plan? Because like sometimes your main plan won't be there forever. Like, like, you know, look at the movie theaters today. They're all going down. You see what I'm saying? And now you have like, you know, Netflix and Hulu and HBO Max. They're taking over that because now all these movies are going directly digital and they're going towards Netflix, Hulu, and HBO Max. And then people got to pay for, you know, to see that movie. Now it's that. You can have popcorn and chicken strips and all that stuff at home instead of going to the movie theater. So always have a backup plan.
Yeah, like especially it's so true because like with my wife, so she's working at the company she's at for like 11, almost 12 years, and then this year they're like, okay, we're gonna let you go. But was it back in March, April? They let her go, let folks off and like collect their unemployment, and then a couple weeks ago, then they're like, yeah, well we're closing your store, and then a couple days later, they're like, yeah, we're closing all stores in Hawaii. So thankfully
stupid pandemics,
right? But you know, and on the flip side, what my wife decided to do was she got into content creating. Like she started streaming, she started her own podcast. Like she started, like I told her, like start reaching out to some companies, reach out to folks in the fields. Cause my wife likes video games. She likes, she does a lot of crafting. Like she makes like what do you call them? Candy masks, because she used to do raves and concerts. So she makes those masks, and then, you know, she's into manga and anime. I'm like, yo, do that. I'm like, look, I got connections. Here's some folks, reach out to them. Like, and she carved a path, and I'm like, that's why I'm you know, I keep telling people like, yo, I'm like you. Have a backup plan.
Backup plan,
because you never know. Like I think about it too, man. If I stayed in IT at the company I was at, because I was working at a hospital, right? Like my whole department, when this pandemic hit, I'm thankful I got out when I did, because they let that whole department go and outsourced it, to the Philippines.
And that's a scary thing to know that you have been doing something for so long, and one thing can happen and it's like 10 times shorter than the span that you worked for the company, takes it away from you. You see what I'm saying?
Just
and
like that.
And it's that dangerous. And when it takes away not only family members, friends, lives, but it also takes your livelihood, how you live and how you make money. When it takes that away from you, that's worse, because, you know, how they say it, there are fates worse than death. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine trying to live through a pandemic and not being able to take care of your home, not being able to pay your bills, not being able to live in the home that you live in because you're facing an eviction notice, and all they're giving you is a stimulus check per half year every 6 months or so. It's like, and then they are choosing to vote if you can get this much or that much, because what you're doing is not important. You don't have a job.
This much.
Yeah. Like they have 6-figure salaries over here, you know, thinking about, oh, well, should we pay these individuals this much money? Your own people in your own country. Yet you can go to other countries, you can give them billions and trillions, but you can't give your own country enough money so they can be able to survive through the month. Oh man. Oh, y'all the worst. Y'all are the worst.
Man, it had me feeling some kind of way when I was like, this country getting how much?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
Like how much money we bring in and we give out to other countries except our own? And like, we still have the issue over in Flint, Michigan, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That costs millions. But yet you send billions over to another country instead of fixing your own country. And that's why I label it the divided states of America. Because there's nothing united with us here. Nothing.
Mm.
Like, there's humans that unite. Yes. You know, me, you, your mom, and your cousin too. But when you have individuals that, you know, that's on that high, I won't even say a high horse. I say like a high unicorn because they are way up there. They feel like they are way up there. And when they make the decisions, you know, based on how other people are living, and they're only giving us a 3-figure check to maintain life as one life per month. What's the average as far as like rent per month in this country?
Didn't the average like 1,800 or up? But you gonna give it three figure? I'm over here like, what is that supposed to? Is that the tax? Is that knocking out the tax?
And then you got the audacity to say don't go out there and buy Jordans and this stuff here. I can't buy anything because as soon as I cash that check, it's a 5% doggone takeaways. Like, it's like I won't even get the full 600. I'm getting like 582, 73. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's insane. Like But this is it.
Have you heard the argument where some folks are like, just go get a job, stop being lazy, get a job? I'm over here like, what jobs is available?
I would love to, like, please show me available jobs that, you know, that's in your area and my area. That way we can be able to work together, because even after I get that job, I don't get paid until 4 weeks later, because, you know, you got to go through training, and then they got to process your direct deposit or the word to send a check. And like, this is all the stuff that you forget that happens in the background as far as like with the hiring process. They forget about that. So when people tell me go get a job, go do this and go do that, the only time I get paid on that day is if I'm working what's the I used to do this too. When you like go to like the job and like they pick you to work a certain job and then they pay you afterwards.
Yo,
it's like
I know what you mean. I know what
you
mean.
So
I can't think
like,
of the name of it, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, so like you work that job a whole 8-hour shift, minimum wage, and they give you a check for like $80. And you think that this is going to work for me for the day and then all year, because most of the times I won't even get picked because somebody else will beat me to the punch as far as working. You see what I'm saying? So it's not as simple as people think it is, and I don't understand why people think like that, but that's the way of the world. The world thinks that it goes off of how they live. They don't go by how we live. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. We live differently. Yeah, we may have all these material items, like, you know, behind us or with us or whatnot, but most of these material items are something that we invest in. Even if we sell all of this stuff, we'll survive for 6 months tops. But what about now? You know, now I am in a position where I can't even make money. Right now, I'm in a position where I can't pay my car note or I can't pay my rent. I need help now. You know, and that's what people don't understand, man. Y'all living comfortably in your 2 or 3 story homes, 3-car garage, and you know you got your dog has a dog house with a dog house with a dog house. You know what I'm saying? Like your grass stays green, your white picket fences. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a basketball court and a baseball field in your backyard, and got the audacity to tell me stop being poor. Like come on, man. Come on, man. Like you spread the wealth. You know what I'm saying? You give out. Matter of fact, let's switch this up. Y'all get the $600 checks and give us your salary for the year. See how that works. You know, but that's the way of the world, man. Like we learn to accept it, deal with it, and always have a back. That's what's so beautiful about us. We always have a plan. We always get through whatever happens. You know what I'm saying? Like that's us. That's just us, man.
Man, like for real though. Like you gotta have a backup plan, man. Like I told my wife, a year ago when I decided to do this full time. I'm like, look, if this don't work out, I'll go back into IT.
Right.
It took a minute. Like, even though I've been doing content creating for 5 years, like, I didn't start seeing traction with like actually, paid, sponsorships and stuff like that until like a couple months ago. I'm like, this takes time. And a lot of people I know think like, oh, you're going to just jump into this and immediately you're going to be making money, you're going to be doing this. Like, nah, you got to grind.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, especially with like when it comes to streaming, you're going to stream. And if you ain't been doing it for a while and if you're not consistent, you're going to be streaming to just yourself.
Yeah.
And you gotta be cool with it because nobody wants to go to somebody's stream where they're down. And in this, I'm gonna put it in context so people don't take it the wrong way. Because sometimes I say stuff and people get offended. I'm like, all right, I ain't trying to offend nobody. I'm just trying to keep it $1.50. But you don't want to go in somebody's stream where there's no interaction and then they have low energy. And the minute they see somebody's in their stream, then they just perk up. No, you gotta keep that energy going straight through.
Well, welcome to my stream. I'm glad you're here. I see your name is Tartar Sauce Lover. So you're gonna watch me play? I'm on my PS4, the PS5 controller. Is that even possible? Cool. I definitely understand that, and I check out other streamers, and like as far as like my journey, where I started and how far I've come as far as streaming, there's plenty, and I mean there's plenty of opportunities for these kids today that we didn't have, like years ago, like when we started streaming, we didn't have like what they call the overlays and the alerts, and we didn't have all that stuff where it's like prepared for you to be successful. We didn't have that. We just had a capture card, computer, microphone that was raggedy, and a bad camera. You know what I'm saying? And we just kept it going. Like now you have every tool possible to become successful and have quality doing it, and it's kind of mind-boggling how people always say, I don't know how I can be successful on this platform because nobody watches me, nobody pays attention to me, nobody does this or that, and the main thing that you're missing is, yes, you can have all this stuff, you can have all the tools to be successful, but where's your networking skills? You know what I'm saying? Where's your interaction skills? Where are your what they call soft skills as far as people skills?
Yeah.
Where is that? Because when people come into your chat and they say something to you and you don't say anything because you're thinking that nobody's going to show up in your chat, you forget to have your chat up, and you miss the opportunity of interacting with somebody and having a conversation and building that relationship with your viewers. You have to build that relationship. And it's like when people say like it's just like playing video games, it's more to it. You have to be that person that plays video game, interact with the chat, read the chat, check the alerts, check and see if the game is working. Audio's working? Okay, cool. You have to go through all these tools and these steps to be successful as far as a streamer. It's not based on numbers, but the numbers grow because you become popular. But once you start doing what you've been doing as far as interacting and chilling with people, chatting with people, playing their favorite games, etc., then you will have a growing community. That's success to me. That is right there a success. You can reach 1,000 followers. You can reach 10,000 followers. But it starts with the root of, like the core root of learning how to interact with people and building that community. Community always comes first, because once your community starts, your community grows. And once that grows, so does everything else. So
it's essential. Going back to what you said about the whole numbers thing, I found a lot of people, like a lot of, and this goes to, actually, this touches on quite a number of things in our field. Podcasters, YouTubers, and Twitch streamers, and Facebook gaming streamers as well. Like I've noticed this trend with a lot of folks. Primarily, I've seen like with folks trying to come up, trying to get some traction. A lot of folks think it's just the numbers. It's numbers like, oh, I'm not gonna get anywhere if I gotta stream this game to get this traction. Yeah, I gotta do this to get this type of attention. I gotta get these numbers so his company will reach out to me. And I'm thinking to myself, man, you never know who's watching.
Right.
You never know. I was one day, like, I was streaming, what was it, Halo Reach.
Yeah.
And the dude who created, Halo and the father of Master Chief, shout out to Marcus Leto, good friend of mine now. He popped up in one of my streams. And I'm over here like, what?
I'm
Word?
That's that shocking moment. Like, give me a second. Wait, for real? You serious? Wait. What? Like, this is happening right now? And like, that is a 120% fact right there. You never know who's watching you. Like,
no.
Because what's crazy, like, when you talk about that, that's how, like, I didn't know that Markiplier was watching me. I didn't know that. Yeah, like, it was last year. Yeah, last year. I didn't know that Markiplier was watching me play Tetris. And like, he see that how, like, I was interacting with, chat and interacting with people. Mm-hmm. And like, he was like, I don't understand how this streamer has like an average of like 10, 15 viewers as of right now. And he's so good at what he do as far as production and interaction and making these crazy, wacky songs out of nowhere and winning. He does all of this, yet somebody can be sitting still, just playing the game very good, no type of interaction whatsoever, yet he's at like 1,000, 1,500 viewers. And it's like, it's mind-boggling. It's crazy to me. And then when he said that, and then T-Pain said the same thing, it's like, I'm stressed how this platform works. Like, how can you be so entertaining yet nobody is watching your entertainment? Mm-hmm. Now, we know how that goes. Yeah. But when that is a fact that you never know who's watching you. So you have this, like, I always say, you have to stream like everybody's watching you, because you never know, like, that one moment is like, this guy here has been watching you for the longest, and then he'll hit you up and like, yo, I've been watching your streams for a while, and I must say, man, I'm highly, highly impressed with what you're doing, and I would like to collaborate with you sometime. And you may look at it like, well, who is this random person? I don't want to do this. Deny. Give people a chance, man. Give people, because like, when you don't give that person a chance to, like, work with you or collaborate with you or do anything, then what that also shows is that you have that little divalistic feeling because you didn't do research of who was talking to you or who you might be collaborating with. And it was one time that I think I did that, and it was like, I really can't do this right now because I'm working and doing this, doing that, and I missed on that opportunity. And I also lost my emails at that point, and that was with Dashy. You see what I'm saying? Like, because Dashy and I were supposed to do a collab. Yeah, we're supposed to do a collaboration. It was like back in like 2009. No, let's take it back. Yeah, around 2008, 2009, we were supposed to do a collaboration, and he was like, "Yeah, man, let's hook up, let's do this." I was like, "Shoot, I'm with that." And then it totally slipped my mind because at that moment, like, I was in between jobs and I was in between trying to get myself together, and I was like, I lost all of my emails because I switched over my server from one to another. I don't have his email anymore, so I lost contact with Dashy. And we weren't able to do a collaboration. And this is when he was at Miami at that moment. So he was close, but he moved over to the West Side now. So it's like, I ain't going over there. But and the crazy thing is, like, networking with people, doing collaborations, and people that's watching you don't know who's watching you. It's always happening. So leave your doors open for opportunities from everybody. Now, I'm not saying take those opportunities. Don't take all those opportunities, because you don't want to be stuck in a position where now you have to do this for like a year or two or for the rest of your life type of thing. But feel free to do opportunities that you feel like it's convenient for you. If you have a friend that's a lawyer, have them look at the contract. You know what I'm saying? Because that is also important too. Like, you could be doing something like that will only cost them like a few $100s, but they're only paying you $50. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't sell yourself short. Please don't do that. All right. Know your worth and value your worth.
Yeah, definitely don't. Yeah. Anytime. And I've seen a lot of that. Like, especially when it comes to like, you remember when MCNs was like a huge thing a couple years ago?
That's where I made my biggest mistake, man. Like the whole, what was it like? Full screen and
yeah,
there was a lot of them, man. Like it was like, oh, we're just here to make sure that you grow as a content creator on YouTube. I'm like,
and don't
I can get partner for this
for you.
I can get partner for this. All right, back then you don't think about the consequences of being under a contract for a year or two, and then you also don't think about what they are taking from you in the midst of YouTube taking from you. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So people like look at it like this: YouTube, right? You get that partnership with YouTube, 50-50 split. But if YouTube, the MCN, and you is in that three-way contract, then basically what's going to happen is that 50-50 goes with the MCN, then it splits whatever that contract is between your MCN and you. So say for instance, you get $1,000, right? From YouTube. That's 500 goes to YouTube, 500 goes to your MCN. And then like an 80-20, right? So your 80-20. So all right, $100 goes to the MCN and then 400 goes to you. But why are they taking 20%? Because that's under the contract, because they feel like they are giving you the tools to be successful, in which, granted, you may have like, the thumbnail helper and, some games, that can be able to, get out there and, blossom, et cetera, et cetera. You can do that. It's kind of helpful. But if you want to make all of your money, and you already know the tools of being successful as far as the thumbnails and how to like work your algorithm and all that stuff here, don't sign no contract. Nope. Just go under YouTube. That's it. Don't sign no contract. And make sure you don't sign a contract that's like a year or two. If you are able to get into like an MCN contract where they say you can leave whenever you want, that's the contract you need to look for. Like, in all honesty. Because if you get stuck on the 2 years and then like you say you want out, you can't get out. You can't, because you signed that contract. So,
and the other thing too, like, no, because I've signed with. I wish I could go back and change it, because I've done one with full screen previously before, like years ago, and it's like, what did I gain from it? And that's the thing, is like a lot of people don't look at it. They're like, oh man, they're gonna sign me. They're gonna give me these opportunities. I'm over here like, when I was doing it, I'm like, I didn't gain a damn thing.
Exactly.
No promotion. No opportunities. They just taking my money, and that's the con. Yeah,
that's the big con. And another con was when I started, it was like you need to split up your because I was doing parodies, I was doing gaming, I was doing music, I was doing vlogs, I was doing like the whole, the whole thing with Tony Baker. He's just talking to animals. I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole Street Fighter, the bus driver uppercut. I made like 50 different versions of that. I was doing all that stuff. So they said, you know what you need to do? You need to make different channels for different things that you do. And I had 5 channels. So I had the main channel. I had the music channel. I had the parody channel. I had I had 5 different channels. But that was the biggest mistake of my life, because all of my subscribers are separate from different channels. But if you put them all together, it's over like 80,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? But since they wanted me to separate my channels, so if I shut down a channel and this channel and this channel, now I'm down to my gaming channel, which is at 28,000 subscribers. I have lost over flipping 63,000 subscribers now. Because you wanted me to separate that instead of having it to where here's a playlist of all my videos. All you have to do is label in the title music, parody, gaming, and then put your title on there. You know what I'm saying? And don't make the mistake that I made. If you're a multitasker, or if you do multiple things, you can have it on one channel, but create it to where you make a separate playlist for each one so they can know exactly what to follow.
Yep.
I lost 63,000 subscribers, man. I lost 63,000 subscribers, bro. Like that hurts. And I had my verified badge on my gaming channel, which was taken from me, but nobody can explain why it was taken from me. So I was like, I went through all these classes. I have all these little YouTube certifications just for it to be taken from me. And the reason why I made that, or I did that stuff, is because people were impersonating me and impersonating me. I'm like, you took away something that I earned without even telling me why it was taken from me. So I went away from YouTube for like years because of that. Because like, why am I working so hard to show people who I am and verify who I am just so you can take it from me? So it was pretty crazy. But me and YouTube, 2 out of 10.
Dude, again, we got something in common. I had to say, so this is the year I stepped away from YouTube because YouTube was on. They were on some funny business. I just put it that way. I keep it PG because I got some choice words I could use with YouTube. I had to step away from YouTube, and I started putting my content, like my streams and my podcast. I started doing it on Twitch, and I dove into Twitch because I'm like, I was getting to a point when I would do a live stream podcast or premiere podcast or do like a stream on YouTube. Within 2 seconds,
right?
1, 2, immediately demonetized
before anything.
Like, it goes live. I breathe. They like, this mofo breathe. Demonetize his ass.
as soon as you email,
bro, it became a meme in my community. They're over here like, yo, how long do you get? We got 0.1 second. Okay.
This is a record. Like, they ain't even get a chance to even just like press enter. They see me with the email before I even press enter or even put the video up. Like, come on, man. And I really feel like the automated system that they have, it's not working, man. It's not working. Like, I understand, millions of videos are put up every day, but you're like $1 trillion company now. Like, everybody uses you. Everybody uses Google. There has to be a way to make a certain change to where maybe we should be able to look at this video or look at this system and say, hey, okay, this music is being used. We can block it because of this. But if it's like some type of 8-bit song that nobody's using and you're going by by the rhythm or the tune of it, and it's not really the song, that's not really fair because I'm not really using the song. It's like I'm using it's 8-bit. But it's like YouTube has been going through its challenges. So it's Twitch, and like overall, to me, I feel like who is really sitting down with these individuals and telling them, hey, we need to make these adjustments. We need to do this the right way. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not meeting up with people like me. They're not meeting up with people like the big YouTubers like Markiplier and others, or the big streamers, like Shroud and Dr. Lupo and everybody else. They're not meeting up with them. It's like, okay, this is the wrong way to do things. Like, why is it that I can't be able to play this music that actually promotes that artist, that actually makes them, that they get sales because I'm playing their song, or they get more streams because I'm playing their song? What you're telling me is that I can't do any of this stuff. I now have to make sounds of my own. No problem for me. But like, I seen Jambo do it one time, and like she's adorable. I love her. She did the whole meme with Skyrim, because Skyrim has like DMCA music. So she did a whole thing where she did like every sound of like water dropping and fighting and swooshing and everything. Like, she made a whole meme about it. It was hilarious, but people were offended by it. It's like,
what?
But and I would never understand. I would, like, everybody say, oh, you're entitled to your own opinion, but when somebody has their own opinion, you hate the fact that they have their own opinion. What is that? Like, like, what is that concept, bro? Like, I don't understand that. Like, the whole thing with like, I'm not sure if you've seen the movie Soul. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of that movie?
I thought it was good.
See, I thought it was great too. I thought it was great too. I thought it was a great representation of, like, black people, or black community, black individuals, etc. But some people were upset about that movie because they felt like it lacked representation of black people, because he spent most of his time as a soul. But the movie is about souls. The movie is about souls, And you feel like there's no representation or that people are not representing black people correctly because it's not showing the majority, like it's not showing the main character as, you know, him being himself majority of the time.
Yeah.
So they were upset that, you know, because he was a soul mostly, it wasn't representing black people. And it's like, the movie is about souls. It's letting you know about souls. And yeah, he may have, no, I'm not gonna ruin the movie. He may have did some things or whatnot, but the movie is about souls. And there was representation of black people. How about the guy being a teacher or a musician or being in the jazz group? And even in the little subway, they had a musical scene. Like, bro, like don't sit here and say it's not no representation of black people in that movie, man. That was, and they even worked on the art. The art was the barbershop scene. Oh man, come on, man. Come on. That was great representation, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, and then the drawing, the art. Like, if you go back to like Toy Story, everybody had the same face. Andy was on everybody's face. So it was Andy, Mama Andy, Sister Andy, Andy. No, they worked on the art of this Pixar, the Disney Pixar movie. Was it in Disney Pixar? Either way, it was great. Yeah. It was a great movie. But people got something to say about that. Jingle Jangle, they got something to say about that. Like, everybody got to have some type of criticism on something. It's like, just stop trying to criticize everything. Just take a second to enjoy. God, humans.
Dude, did you? No, speaking of the representation thing, like I know there are people that got mad at Final Fantasy VII remake because a lot of people were saying like, oh, why they got a white guy trying to sound black, and I'm like, John Bentley that's a brother.
He's 100% black.
That's my dude. That's one of my. Yo, when I had John on the show, he's like, I got to keep this PG, Kel. I was like, no, I said, tell him how you feel, bro. He's like, it's kind of funny. He said, when I got folks telling me that I'm a white guy trying to sound black, he's like, let me check my phone and check okay, selfie camera says, brother.
All the way. All right. And he was at PAX East this year. And I was supposed to meet him, but I overslept. I had overslept. But this and this is what I mean. Like people will go head on tunnel vision without researching anything, without researching who's the voice actors, without any of this stuff. They will go head on without even trying to find out who the person is. They just feel like, oh, this person is doing this to sound like this, or they're doing this to be like this. Like, are you even trying nowadays, or do you just want to criticize everything? And Final Fantasy VII Remake was great, by the way. And that was my cosplay this year. Like, I think I did my very first cosplay as Barrett this year. And I was like, yo, I'm Barrett. And like the only thing I didn't have was like the hand machine gun, but I didn't know where to find one. So I was like, I might just get one from Nerf or something. I don't know. But you know, it was a great cosplay. But overall,
do you know John?
No, I never met him. I know he was the voice actor of Barrett, but I don't know him.
I gotta connect y'all.
Yeah, man.
That's my dude. I connect y'all.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna do a video and have him talking like, yeah, you thought it was over. I'm like, okay, I got my Nerf gun. Cool, check.
Yeah, he'll do it too.
I would love to do that. That would be great, man. That would be awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just let me know. I'll connect y'all. Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, set it up. Hi, John. I'm Cheese. Nice to meet you.
Oh man. But are we still good for time?
Yeah, I'm good. I got a few more minutes in me.
Okay, cool, man. I want to talk about a couple other topics. I do want to dive into like your history with gaming, how you got into it, like what was that moment? I got to sound like the interview at this point, man. I'm over here. We just chopping it up now. I gotta be professional, man. Well, what was that defining moment, you know, that made you like, I'm a gamer?
shoot, I came out the womb with a controller. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just me. My natural, like that's another thing. Like, you know, NBG stand for Nappy Boy Gaming, but it also means natural born gamer. You know what I'm talking about? Like, so, like when 1985, that was the release of the Nintendo Entertainment System, in which it came out with Super Mario Bros. And I've been playing games ever since then. And even though the Nintendo was out, I was still playing, like, you know, the Atari and all the other systems that came out before the Nintendo. And, you know, there was a Sega Master System. Then it was a Super Nintendo, then the Sega Genesis, and then the Sega Genesis 32X or Sega 3 CD or something like that. And like it just kept going and going, you know. And it was like,
for y'all that need to know, Sega was a mess in the 90s after the Genesis.
Yeah. and it was crazy because Sega, like the Sega Saturn, for me, I thought it was a good system, but it was still had some work to do. So like you had the Sega Saturn, and then they finally worked on this craft. When they came out with the Dreamcast, it was their best system. And it's funny how their best system was their last system. You see what I'm saying?
That lasted what, a year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah. That was all marketing, bro. All marketing. Let's
Came out with bangers.
They had the best games at that time. Now PlayStation was out then, and then like I think like the first Xbox was out at that time, but the Dreamcast was the system to get because they had a whole lot of classics, not just like Sonic Adventure, but you're talking about like having Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you having like Mortal Kombat Gold, and then you had like you know Skies of Arcadia, which is one of my favorite Dreamcast games.
Man.
Mocking X was one of my favorite games. House of the Dead. Oh my god! Like they had classics on there, man.
Yeah.
And I felt like the Dreamcast was not put out there like it was supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? And I think the only reason why was because of their past failures with the other systems. You see what I'm saying? Because like we're gonna put this out there, see what people think about it. Like, okay, look, this 32X is trash. Get out of here. All right, let's try Sega Saturn. Okay, Sega Saturn. All right, it was above below average. All right, get it out of here. Let's try this Dreamcast. And the Dreamcast had the whole thing with the memory card, the Tamagotchi thing. You know what I'm saying? It had plenty of options. And like it was like, this ain't enough. Like, because people was asking at that time, right? They was asking, what's going to match Final Fantasy 7 on PlayStation? What's going to match Xenogears on PlayStation? You see what I'm saying? And like these are some legendary games. Final Fantasy 8 and all these games are legendary. But what's going to match that on this Dreamcast? And they actually matched it. Power Stone, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Mortal Kombat Gold, Skies of Arcadia, Mocking X, House of the Dead. Like they had Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Great music, by the way. They had games that could match with the PlayStation. The problem was whoever was behind that whole thing, as far as pushing those games out there, failed. Ready to Rumble Boxing, like, come on, man. Like, dude, I can name games all day on the Dreamcast that was up there. You see what I'm saying? Because that's considered classics and just didn't live up to the hype. Yeah. I wouldn't compare it to like, you know, No Man's Sky or Cyberpunk, but didn't live up to the hype. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm not calling Cyberpunk a bad game, but when you get your whole game pulled from a doggone system or a company, as far as PlayStation, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this.
I made folks mad with that. So I did a video when they were talking about how it got, you know, when they were doing a refund and got pulled. So I made a video about it. And I know I upset some folks over there at CD Projekt Red and the company that was handling the game. And I'm like, look, I'm not saying the game is trash. The game is, I enjoyed the game. But I can't sit here and say it ain't got problems.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a game this bad. I don't think Mass Effect Andromeda or No Man's Sky was this bad at launch.
Like, they didn't get pulled either.
No. 8 years?
Yeah.
And it comes out like this?
Yeah. Because, you know why, though? They prepared for the next gen. They didn't prepare for the, you know, because like everything was like the current gen for the PS4, Xbox One, in which it should have been able to handle all that stuff. It should have been. But the problem was they were preparing for the next gen systems and PCs. They weren't preparing for no PS4, no Xbox One. They were like, you know what? Let's try to take some of the stuff away. And it was like, when you look at it, everybody's gone. It's like, no, like that's not what I meant by taking away some things. But like you can definitely see the difference. And I honestly, I've never seen a game that was hyped up so much get pulled from any store. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. And like it's no disrespect towards CD. It's no disrespect towards people that love Cyberpunk. No disrespect to y'all, but y'all haven't seen that either. Like this like when they're pulling the game from the PlayStation Store and refunding people, that's money coming out of your pocket because it's coming out of PlayStation's pocket. You see what I'm saying? And also Xbox as well. So when people are upset about something that is true, don't be upset because it's true. It's like it's a fact. It's never happened ever in the history of gaming ever. Name another game that was pulled that had this much hype on PlayStation. Don't worry, I'll wait. No Man's Sky survived. It survived for like a good year until they had the multiplayer update, and now it's a lot better. So, well, like Cyberpunk is not done. You know, it's still good on the new gen systems and PC, but if you're going to put it back on the PS4 and you're going to play it on the Xbox One, just make it playable and not unbearable. That's all that it is.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to tell the folks that was handling the game, because I didn't get a review code. I was supposed to have gotten one, then apparently I got overlooked. Then someone else I know that wasn't supposed to get one got one.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I feel a little left out. But that's the thing. There's no guarantee in this industry of what code or what product you gonna get. Sometimes it's up to chance. Like, you know, and I had to make that. I made it clear. I did make a tweet about it that I was feeling down because like Nintendo had their ambassador program. You got to have over 10,000 subs for them to even look your way.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm over here about to hit 12,000 on YouTube. Okay, cool. Reach out to them. Nintendo, crickets. Then they giving folks is like, got way less subs than me. They giving them ambassadorship, and I'm like, all right, am I doing something wrong? Am I not the right content creator y'all want? Okay, so Nintendo ignored me. All right, cool. The whole Cyberpunk thing, immediately I got denied codes for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox back to back. I'm like, all right, I'm feeling bad. So I put out a tweet about it. And I was just feeling bad about it. Some folks is like, oh, you feeling entitled? Like, no, I'm not feeling entitled. I just feel bad about it. And then the folks at CD Projekt Red, the folks and the also handling the codes, they reached out to me like, oh, we got you when it comes around. I'm like, well, I appreciate that. I said, this ain't about y'all. This is how I'm feeling.
Right.
Then this is how I'm feeling. Like I'm over here like, man, I got left out. And then when all the refunds happened, a week later, 5 days after launch, I made a video about that, and then folks got upset. Like the company handling the code got upset at me, and I'm like, look, I'm not disrespecting the game. I'm just saying I have never, ever seen a game this hyped for years get pulled. Now we've seen games get pulled when they get delisted.
Right.
Like Xbox Arcade.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Is that like in the whole thing with Xbox Live, like these games are about to go as far as for free. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, those games are getting pulled because they're no longer free.
Yeah.
This is a whole game that just came out like a week or so ago. You know what I'm saying? Like it's being pulled as if it's like part of the Game Pass or whatnot. Like, come on, man. But like people have to understand, like people have to not take everything like, you know, critical, because this isn't anything that you done as a gamer. Yeah, you may like the game, I may like the game, but the fact still stands. Nobody has never seen this happen before. This is history in gaming, period. This is history. And I want them to, you know, learn from this and do better. Who doesn't? You know what I'm saying? Because like anybody that makes a mistake or anybody that goes through something, you want them to do better. But I'm not even sure if that's going to come back to the store after they fix it. You know, like that's gonna be one of those moments like, oh, they're back now. Let's see what happens. It's the same thing, man. No, think about it. But we'll see. We'll definitely see.
Dude, one of my friends is a lawyer. He's telling me when they first started, when they pulled it from the store, my friend hit me up. He's like, bro, I think they're gonna get hit with a class action lawsuit. I was like, nah, you don't. No, I'm like, it ain't that serious. He said, wait until they start offering refunds. A day later, refunds going out, and I'm like, oh snap.
They weren't playing. Bad. Yeah, they weren't playing. They were like, I want my money back now, and that right there was crazy. Where it's like people were asking for refunds, and then everybody got refunded, and then people they probably didn't even know about it. Getting the refund. It was like, yep, you got to pull the game. Here's your money back. Probably in the middle of playing the game. Like, man, I love this game. Yo, hey!
Especially if you playing it on Xbox, they pull in if you don't own the game on Xbox and you got it digitally, it'd be like, do you own this game? You in the middle of playing a mission, it's like, do you own this game? What the?
Well, I'm playing it right now. How is that I don't own it? Like, what is this? They on the website trying to get in chat with Xbox 3500 in queue. Everybody's going through this thing. Gosh, man.
Bruh.
So I think like this year has been one of the craziest years because everything has happened this year, man.
Seriously, man. I remember when the whole E3 thing going down, like when that happened,
man,
that E3 was a mess.
E3 went down, Evo went down. As far as like the FGC is like two of the biggest events around that time frame went down. And then the question was, well, what happened? What happened? What happened? It's like this year not only exposed a lot of people, but it also exposed a lot of companies and their BS as well. You see what I'm saying? And people have been living with this, I wouldn't say this guilt, but living with the fact that they knew about this guy being guilty or knew about this woman being guilty for years and nobody said anything. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And then when it comes to light, yes, that person is a butthole. And yes, that person did a lot of terrible things, but you knew. And you didn't tell nobody. You see what I'm saying? That makes you more of a butthole. So it's a scary, scary thing because you don't know who to trust. You don't know, who's been hanging out with who and who knows what. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I look at this whole Me Too movement. I look at this whole thing as far as like both sides of the field, you know what I'm saying? Male and female. Matter of fact, not even just both sides, three ways, because, LBGT, you know what I'm saying? So I look at that as well. So when this stuff happens and people have a whole story to tell, listen to that story. Now, majority of them were true. Some of them weren't true. And then there were some good individuals that got caught in the midst of that, and they're looked at as this abuser. They're looked at as this individual that shouldn't be around individuals because of that. And they have a black cloud over their head for the rest of their lives because somebody decided to lie. You see what I'm saying? And that's why you got when people look at this stuff, look at it from both sides of the story. You can't just look at it because one person got to it first. You see what I'm saying? And I understand you want the world to know what happened. I understand that. But when somebody that has been through it and really been through it, go through it, and you sit there and lie about it, that's just the worst. That's the worst. That hurts more than the person that's going through it because it makes that person that really went through it look bad, and it makes them look unbelievable. Like I don't believe what you're saying because this person lied about it. You know what I'm saying? It hurts. So if you're doing this for attention, I should backhand you. Like that's how people should feel. Like, do not get on this platform and lie about what happened to you. Because when the people that went through it, they went through that whole traumatic moment. They're scared. They don't know what to do. They're panicking. They get nervous when they get around this person, type of thing. If you have never experienced that, and this person did, and now nobody believes the person that did go through it because you lied about what you did, man. Oh my gosh. Can I throw a candle at them? Oh, I want to throw a candle at people like that. Like you're just looking for attention, man. Like, come on, man.
The amount of cloud chases that
it's not even worth it.
It's not. It's really not. And that's one of the things, man, I've seen in being a content creator and working in this field. There's a lot of cloud chasers.
Yeah.
There's so... Okay. All right. Let's get into the meat of this, because I want your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So when you interact with, let's say, other creators, other folks in this field,
right?
Do you ever have a feeling or a thought of, let's see, how should I word this? I'm trying to put this the right way. I'm trying to keep this PG. Anyway, do you ever have a feeling, is this person genuinely trying to, chop it up with me and connect with me, or are they just trying to get close to me because I got something? Because I'm at this point, and I don't feel like I'm doing nothing major, but I got a lot of people that come to me 6 ways to Sunday. 6 days of Sunday. Yeah, I can't talk. 6 days of Sunday. And they're like, oh, can you connect me to this person? Can you give me this? Can you give me that? And I'm over here like, yo, your hand is just permanently out.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that when you?
I definitely feel like that. And I understand that.
You at the top, bro. You at the top.
It comes with the territory, man. And I learned that it comes with the territory. And because it seems to me like, when you reach a certain level or reach a certain plateau, people feel like you know everybody, or you have all the contacts to everybody. And it's like, there are still some companies I'm trying to work with, and I don't even have a contact for them. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like I'm still trying to get in there myself, because on Twitch I am still considered a small streamer. Like, people don't think that I'm not a small streamer, but if you look number wise, statistically wise, I am a small streamer. I don't look at myself as a small streamer. I don't look at myself as like a big, small, medium. I am a streamer on this platform. You know what I'm saying? But if you put me in a room with like Ninja, Lupo, Shroud, Nick Merckx, Tim the Tatman, Black Hokage, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you put me in the room with individuals like them, I'll be the last one they look at, because my numbers are the lowest. You see what I'm saying? So they look at it like that. They don't look at how much impact that you bring towards the platform. They don't look at how much hype you bring towards the platform. It's based on numbers. This is a numbers game. So if I literally had numbers like Ninja or numbers like Shroud, everybody will be getting in contact with me. But the problem with that is they're getting in contact with me to see how I can be able to deliver their product, and they'll be able to see like, hey, can you do this for us? Can you do that for us? Et cetera, et cetera. They already see the finished product. I'm not saying that Ninja and them are finished. What I'm saying is these individuals have succeeded on this platform, left the platform, came back to the platform, still succeeding. You see what I'm saying? They've already did. They're set. They got their millions of dollars. Microsoft paid them all. I'm just trying to get 10% of that check. You know what I'm saying? Ninja, holla at me, man. But they're like they already have it. They're good. They're good for the rest of their lives. For me, I'm still working on building up to that. I'm still working on trying to get there. And for as long as I've been on Twitch, I have yet to see one, and I really mean one, Black individual be as successful as those guys. And I'm not saying that they don't have the talent to do it. I'm not saying they don't have the productivity to do it. What I'm saying is, if I was to have the numbers like Ninja and Shroud, I'll be the first one up there with those type of numbers, averaging per day. You see what I'm saying? I'll be one of the first popular people on Twitch. You see what I'm saying? I feel like I would never get there, and it's because of how it works on Twitch. It's a systematic thing. I may be entertaining. I may be have the greatest like productivity as far as like my sub hype and my different scenes and everything. I may have all of that, but do I have that factor that people think that I should have? I have every other factor, but that number factor. So that's what I look at. It's like, yeah, it's great to be on this platform. It's great to have the numbers that I have, and I'm grateful for everybody that watches me. But I would never get to that level, and I will try not to get to that level ever, because two ways that's impossible. One, too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's and that's that's just the God's honest truth. They don't look at a black person as that family friendly guy on the platform.
Yeah.
And even if I was cursing or whatnot on the platform, I would still not be up there. Matter of fact, my numbers will go down because of that. You see what I'm saying? It will go down because I'm doing all this cursing and like, man, this shit, motherfucker, like all that. All of that, like, where did this come from? What? This is not you, Cheese. How dare you curse now? Like, I don't like it. It's like I can't do that, But
yeah,
the reason why I keep my streams family friendly 90% of the time is because I'm trying to get my brand out there to all companies. Yeah. All right, like and like the second that I start cursing on stream majority of the time, then my reach goes down. You know what I'm saying? Because they like, this dude is always cursing on the streams and all this stuff here. This is me. Now, you have those that can, the Tim Attack Mans, the Ninjas, and everybody else, they can be able to curse on their platform and they still get those deals. I can't do that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of crazy, but that's the way it works.
Yeah. That's very true. Like I've seen that too, like with how the platform is. And I know like a couple months ago I put out a tweet where I was, because I one of my goals, and I'm hoping I can reach this next year, is I'd like to make partner on Twitch. And it's not because I want the check mark or anything like that. I just want to do it because it's a personal goal for me.
Right.
I look at it, okay, so I'm out here in Hawaii, right? There's not a lot of black folks out here in Hawaii.
Right.
There's not a lot of there's not a lot of content creators out here in Hawaii either.
Right.
No disrespect to nobody, but they're really, as far as in the gaming or podcasting field, there's nobody out here doing it.
Right.
And I feel like I got 3 things going against me out here. 1, I'm black. Hawaii, with all the aloha and all that other stuff, don't really like black folks that much out here.
Yeah.
That's a reality.
Now I got to put on my list. Do not
no.
go to Hawaii.
No. Just don't go outside. Don't go outside the tourist spot. But
right.
I got that going against me because there's very much an outsider insider type of mentality here. So I got that going against me. Plus, being black and doing this, and then being out here where there's nobody out here doing anything. Like folks out here just now discovering Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, just like, oh, that's a thing. I'm like, yo, it's been a thing for a minute. But it's like, folks out here are not really into tech. They're not into gaming. They're not really into that. And I'm over here doing that. And I'm trying to reach out, or not trying to. I am reaching out to like a global audience, mainland U.S., internationally. And I feel like I have more going against me than somebody like, put it this way, someone that's white.
Right.
Not knocking them, but I just feel like I got more of a hurdle to get over. And when it comes to like the whole representation thing, I know that was a big topic this year.
Yeah.
The whole thing about representation. And I remember the thing, I don't want to dredge it up, but I saw the thing that happened with Dr. Lupo, and I love what you did, going on the show, talking to him, because I 1000% with you, what you said and what he said. But I understand like the whole thing with representation. I feel like I'm trying to see how am I trying to tackle this? Because I feel like it is important, but the execution also is important too.
Yes. And I told people, like, there's plenty of ways that it could have been done.
Yeah.
You could have handled it privately as far as like talking to individuals. And I think like with these social platforms, I really feel like people want to be heard all the time. Mm-hmm. And that's not the case every time. Sometimes it's best to keep these type of conversations private because you got to remember what platform you're on, trying to get the attention of somebody of that caliber as far as Lupo. And I've known Lupo for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Lupo, like, I can actually get in contact with him and be like, yo, you good? Like, you know, I consider him to be a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? And just like I would check anybody else that I would consider a friend, I would check anybody that come at Dr. Lupo incorrectly. You see what I'm saying? So like they come in here like saying like he's a racist and all this stuff here. I'm gonna check you. You know what I'm saying? And like I told people, that should have never occurred to begin with. It should have never got that far. And on both sides, wrong, you know? And the thing is, I said this should have been handled privately, not publicly, because people on Twitter don't have no type of filter. They don't care. They don't care who you are. They don't care who he is. They don't care. You see what I'm saying? And it should have been handled privately. But when you try to do something in a public manner, when you try to like, you know, try to call somebody out in a public manner, yes, that's disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? It is. It's disrespectful. And then when they come back at you with a reply, or they quote your tweet, what's going to happen is everybody's going to see that quote and be like, you did what? You coming at Lupo too? Oh, I got to come for you too. Like, you know, and it's like, that's how the whole thing started, because it wasn't like, hey, Dr. Lupo, I got a question for you. You mind, you know, sending a DM, or can I send you a DM type of thing? That's where that conversation should have landed. Not this whole public thing, and now everybody's in this whole conversation. Thousands of people saying some racist stuff, and thousands of people saying this and that here, and then I'm getting blocked because I'm letting y'all know all of this is wrong. It's like, you blocking me for being right? like yeah, I did. I came at Lupo, and I did say that, you know, my lady was incorrect as well for handling it that way. I did say that, you know, but you know, she's just making sure that, you know, Lupo is still, I guess, like supporting the whole thing. Is like, I don't know how people can stop doing certain things. Like you can't sit here and say that this person stopped liking black people or stop, you know, supporting a thing. Like he's been doing that for years. He's been doing stuff for kids for years. Like, you can't question that because it's evident. It's right there in front of you. So when you ask that question about, oh, well, like, you know, about like not liking black people, or have you stopped supporting black lives and this stuff here? Like, when you say that, and I'm one of those black individuals that he supports, it's like, you know, you're taking a shot at me too. It's like, dang, but I didn't want to jump in that like that. I just want to let people know you got to handle that a different way. You got to handle that privately. But I'm the one getting criticized and chastised and trash talk behind, like I see y'all on Twitter. Y'all be talking all that trash on Twitter and not saying nobody's name. That's not me. Like, I come at you. I will say your name on Twitter because you feel like you got a problem with me. We can handle it via DM. All right. We can talk about this. But if you want to, like, you know, do a little side disses or whatnot, okay, I got the entree diss. Like, I'm gonna call you out privately. I'm like, not even privately, but publicly too, because you feel like you want to say that. Let's talk about this. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned that you can't always be petty.
Yeah.
I'm a petty dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm a petty person, you know, but as I grew, I learned you can't always fight every fight. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't do that. Like, you can't always fight every fight. You have to, like, talk about certain things, because you get yourself into a fight you can't get out of, then it comes this whole thing with everybody else jumping into it. There's possible docs, possible swatting, stalking, all this stuff here. So I've learned that whole lesson, man, and I don't want that for anybody else. I didn't want that for her. I didn't want that for Lupo. I didn't want that for anybody else that wanted to get into that conversation. I didn't want that negativity for them. I just wanted them to handle it differently. That was all for me.
Dude, okay. So I fully agree with you with the whole something, and things need to be handled privately. So here's an example of something I went through recently, or for the last year. So you remember that whole drama with, like, that voice actor Vic Mignogna who did Broly, Dragon Ball Z? Yeah. Okay. So I don't follow drama because, you know, going through the whole cancer thing, I'm trying to keep myself good spirits, you know, good energy. I avoid drama. Not like I'm trying to run from it. It's just not in my vision.
Right.
So last year, I interviewed Vic Mignogna when I was at HawaiiCon, because he came out here. You know, they flew me over to Big Island. They're like, hey, you know, these celebrities are gonna be here. We'll set you up to be able to interview. Like, I interviewed the son of the creator of Dungeons and Dragons while I was there. I interviewed a bunch of other, you know, actors and D&D folks. So I did a lot of that. And then I interviewed Vic. And I was like, okay, cool. We just, you know, we talked about Star Trek. We talked about music, because, you know, things he was into. I put it up. I was happy with it. I didn't know all this with him
was happening.
Yeah. And so I went from, which is also a reason why I pivoted away from voice actors.
Yeah.
Because that's pardon my French, it's a very fucking petty area. It can be some very petty ass pettywop people.
Yeah.
So all these folks I thought I was cool with, or I was friends with, now all of a sudden I'm public enemy number one.
Yeah.
How dare you? You're supporting this such and such, you know, this RAP, you know, and I was like, wait, what? Like, how dare you? And then I'm getting blasted publicly on Twitter. I got blacklisted. Like, the guy who the voice actor for like Goku and whatnot blocked me. The voice actor for Bulma blocked me. Like, a lot of companies won't work with me because I interviewed. I'm like, I didn't know about that. Didn't nobody talk to me. Why am I caught up in the crossfire? And then I had another attempt by another voice actor who I thought I was friends with.
Right.
Who, this fool didn't have a phone. And I'd known him for years. I sent him an iPhone. One of my extras before I did my upgrade. I sent him that. And he goes on to publicly attack and cancel me.
Wow.
And cost me some partnerships. And then, you know, there's an article that came out. I remember a news article. They reached out to me because you know, drama happens. People want to cover it. So they asked me what was going on. I told my story and I showed, like, hey, you know, here's a conversation we had. You know, I didn't know any of that was going on, and, you know, we never had issues with him. And it completely debunked all his BS.
Right.
But it's still the public image is, oh, Mikhail is associated with it. I'm like, I'm just a damn interviewer.
like anybody else. Like, when an artist goes to a radio station, I'm just interviewing the guy. So why is it that you're upset with me because I'm doing my job? Like, this is what I do. I interview people, whether you like them or not. I don't have a friendship with them. I'm just doing my part.
Just doing, yeah, and it goes back to what you said about how people can get caught. It's so easy. Yeah, people will catch you in the crossfire, and you have nothing to do with these situations. And it's like, you know, and my inclination is to fight back, but I'm grateful for my wife because she, man, that woman. I'd be like, she's like, Mikhail, no. Mm-hmm. But no.
Same thing with my wife. Cause I'll be one that, like, there are times I just want to say something, man. Like, I want to let people know how I feel because I wear my emotions on my sleeve. Like, if I feel a certain way, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. And some people don't deserve to hear how I feel. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's how my wife, you know, tells me every time. People don't deserve to know how you feel when you're angry, because when you say something, you want to hit some people in the head with it. So it's like, I'm just going to write this down, you know, notepad, you know, in my anger, like, ooh, she ate my Cinnamon Toast Crunch last night. So I definitely understand that, because it's frustrating to be like, in any industry that you're in, it's frustrating, especially when you're trying to, you know, be successful. You're trying to get up there in the industry, and then you have people that feel like you don't deserve to be there. You have people that feel like you're in competition with them, so they try to call you out in every doggone tweet or video. Is like, I'm not in competition with you, my guy. You're in competition with yourself. That's what it should be. It should always be that. How are you going to better yourself on a daily basis? And it kills me that I think Twitter's the only platform besides YouTube back in the day I feel like Twitter is the only platform that people will get on there and, you know, say some wild stuff or do some wild stuff on there, and they feel like there's no repercussions behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna cut me off because I'm sitting here just asking questions to somebody that you don't like. That's a you problem.
Yep.
Like, and that's to everybody. Like, if I'm doing my part, if I'm doing what I've always been doing as far as asking questions, playing games, you know, doing my podcast or doing videos that I've always been doing, and you have a problem with the person that's on my platform, that's a you problem. You don't have to like the person, but listen to the questions I'm asking. At least do that. Respect me and my channel. You see what I'm saying? And if they can't do that, you already know what time it is. Like, deuces, I don't got time for it.
Oh man, I got three more questions for you, and then we can wrap it up because I definitely want to be appreciative of your time, and you got that vacation.
Yeah,
that vacation.
My anniversary's coming up,
right?
Oh,
man. So I really want to talk with the whole talk about you know, going back to the whole talk about representation. What, in your opinion, is the best approach for representation and for how we as Black and minority creators, how can we, I guess, succeed on these platforms?
Well, we have always changed the game, no matter like what platform we're on, and we always have to remember one thing, right? We are always imitated, always, no matter if it's hip hop, R&B, no matter what it is, we are always imitated. Mostly hated, but always imitated. They love our styles. They love our music. They love what we do, how we're just so us with it, right? But at the end of the day, if you want to represent yourself, if you want to represent who you are, like as far as in this industry, like I told people, it's best to create an information deck. This is like a streaming content creating resume. You know what I'm saying? To where you can put that on your Twitter, you can put that on your YouTube, you can put that anywhere, and people can be able to click on it instantly, and they see your success, your past success stories, what you do, where you are as far as on the platforms, your average, everything, and what will represent you, or how that represents you is this is the work that you put in. And this is what you love doing, and this is your representation. And if people love what you do or love what you represent, they will get in contact with you. But if they don't get in contact with you, then contact them and make it easy and more convenient for them, you know, not to be searching everywhere for you. Everything that they need to know is right there on that deck.
You know, I've been told before by another content creator now that does podcasting, Twitch streamer that does podcasting, that reaching out is begging for people to come on your show or to work with you. And I'm like, really? Okay.
But I mean, why not? I mean, how are they first of all, how are they going to know about your show? Secondly, how are they going to know who you are if you don't reach out? There's nothing wrong with shooting your shot, man. And a lot of people feel like, well, maybe they should contact me. I shouldn't have to contact them. No. Shoot your shot. Like, I don't know who you are. So feel free to hit me up so I can figure out who you are. Because I've met people that, you know, that does amazing content, amazing art, like everything, like, you know what I'm saying, it emotes, all this stuff. I met them because they shot their shot with me. They contacted me. It was like, yo, I made this video for you, or I made this emote for you. Can you check it out? And I'm like, I like it. How much you want for it? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want you to do something for free and feel like, you know, I'm using it based off of what you sent me. And a lot of creators like do that. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're up there and people saying like, hey, I created this for you, and you know, it'll be great if you can be able to check it out. They will steal that, upload it, and then make it seem like, oh, another artist made it. And that's why you have all this stuff on Twitter, like, I created this. And they're like, no, you didn't. This person did. I'm like, are you sure about that? So don't be afraid to shoot your shot, man. And they may consider it begging or e-begging or whatnot. First of all, that's a whole different thing. Me introducing myself to you and what I do is not the same as e-begging. E-begging is like, I need your help. Please send me money via Cash App. Please send me money via this or that. That's e-begging. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But if I'm sitting here introducing myself and letting you know what I do and would love for you to check me out, I'm not saying, please check me out, man. Mm-hmm. Just go ahead, bro. Hit the button. No, it's a difference. It's a difference. You see what I'm saying? And people don't even know the difference. And people on Twitter don't know the difference. So, yeah. No,
they really don't. Man,
they don't.
They don't. And I've told people, like, I constantly get people asking me, like, oh, how do you get to work with this company? How do you get to have this guest on your show? And I'm like, it's simple. I just ask, and you'll find out.
Right.
Because I look at it like this, and I might offend some people with how I'm about to explain my logic. Look, when I was in my teens, I had no gal and no game, couldn't get no girl. When I was in my 20s and I came into my swagger, I knew how to talk to females. So I look at reaching out to companies and reaching out to folks to be guests on my show it's a chance. Either they will or they won't. If they'll come on, cool. If they don't, cool. I'm fine either way. Maybe not now, maybe later.
Yeah.
That's just how I look at it.
Yeah. And I always say that, like, there's three answers that you'll get, right? You get yes, you get no, maybe later. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and like, patience is a virtue because, you know, if they say maybe later because they want to check out how you work, you know, they want to see exactly how you move. And if you spend your whole time on social platforms being negative, that response is going to be no. But if you putting out that work and people see your work and they're like, yo, this dude is out here just getting it, man. Let's go ahead and set up this interview. You know, and there it is. That maybe later will turn to a yes. So like, I'm not saying like deny everything that comes your way, but at least give people a chance, man. Just give them a chance. And like that, like, you know, when people say no, you can't be mad. And you can't go on Twitter and be like, man, he said no because he thinks he's all popular and cool and has 1 million followers and a millionaire. And I want that million. But, but I don't know. It's just that's that entitlement, man. And to me, I feel like there's a whole lot more than just privilege and entitlement. And people consider it to be luck because you get those interviews. You see what I'm saying? But they don't, like, they have to know the difference between luck and work. You see what I'm saying? If I contact this person and they say yes, it took work to ask that question and to convince them to say yes. And now we have a successful interview, you know? And that's why I'll never understand when people call me lucky. Like, I'm lucky to be, I'm lucky to be alive. Yes, because I survived the stroke. That could have killed me. Yes, I'm lucky to be alive, but I put in that work to never go down that road again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't one of the people that got an Xbox Series X early. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get that. Everybody else got that. I'm like, look at all these. I hate your Xbox. I'm gonna get me one. All right, it looks cute. It looks good. You know what I'm saying? I like, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna get one. So when I did the whole campaign with Butterfinger was like, look like you kind of empty over there. I'm like, what you mean? They're like, you ain't got an Xbox, don't you? I'm like, no. They're like, you want one? I was like, yeah. But I didn't get mine till this month. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And that's the craziest thing is, like, I wanted to be one of those individuals that get the system early and show you guys this and that and this. And I wanted to be one of them because I'm a content creator too. You know what I'm saying? That would have helped my numbers go up. But like I said, patience is a virtue. And I'm not going to go on social media and cry about it and nag about it because I didn't get one before this person did. No, it's all about work. And when you put in that work, people will appreciate your work, your craft, and they will gift you for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these sponsorships, like, if you take away all these sponsorships, take them away. You go right ahead. With me, my work ethic will stay the same whether I have sponsors or not. All that do is just help me with the work that I'm doing. But I can still do what I do even without the stuff. You see what I'm saying? And I don't understand humans today. Like, humans, sometimes I get a headache. Like, there needs to be some medicine for like human aggravation because they feel like everything is considered to be luck, given to you, entitled, silver spoon. I don't even have silver spoons in my house. Plastic, all right? I have plastic spoons, all right, that I eat cereals with. So I don't understand that. It's like I work. I've been creating content and been streaming together. I've been streaming for 7 years. I've been creating content for 14. I've been doing this since 2006. I am now getting the attention that I should have been getting years ago. Now. So when people say that it's luck, imagine how many people have been doing this stuff that I've been doing and finally getting recognition that they deserve at the age that I'm at right now. You see what I'm saying? I'm 35. I was doing this since I was, 21, 22 years old? So you mean to tell me it took me this long to get where I'm at right now, even after all my struggles, downfalls, trolls, racism, and all doxing, damn near swatting, I had to go through all this just to get where I'm at now? It's tiring, bro. It's tiring, but I still keep pushing forward because I have a community that supports what I do. They love what I do, and my wife loves what I do. I love you, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm still here.
Yeah.
That was a lot to say.
I know, man. I dig it. All right, down to the last two questions. The other one I want to talk on because we didn't touch on it too much, but you and music, man. Talk about it.
That's part of my life. Like, music got me through a lot too. Like, besides gaming, because gaming is my therapy, but like music was my go-to. It's been in me since was it like 85, the 80s era where everything was like all, that's when crack and stuff came into the picture. Everybody was just so just so jippy and happy and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's me, happy. Oh, get it. So yeah, but no, like music. Music is like music to me is like the remedy of whatever I'm going through. There is a song for everything. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I'm trying to get revenge on somebody on Call of Duty, they kill me, they teabag me. Like, it's not the last round for them, but it is for me. Yeah, pass the short, vice versa. I'm coming back to get you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So no, like I have a song. Like, I always think of like songs in my head. I'm always doing parodies. I'm always improvising. I'm always doing loops. You know what I'm saying? I'm always doing something to entertain somebody else. So music is a major part of my life as well. And the crazy thing is, like, I have my own songs that like a lot of people haven't heard of. I have a lot of parodies that a lot of people haven't heard of. I put them up on YouTube, but like the last time I put a parody up was like 5-6 years ago. You see what I'm saying? And I have so many more parodies, and so many more songs. And starting like next year, I'm getting back into making songs, doing it all over again. And I'm doing, first thing I'm doing is a gaming album. So I'm doing my second gaming album, which is called Gamer for Life, which should have been out, in this decade, but last decade, like, the 2010, 2019. Y'all know how stuff works. But I'm doing that, and I'm gonna do like more parody songs and more songs as far as like, with my community, because I want people to get involved with that as well. I'm thinking about putting out my own music, but I got to rewrite some lyrics because, like I stopped myself from saying like, the N-word a lot. Like I stopped completely because, when you grow up, that's what you're around, that's what you're used to. But but like as far as like my mind and my thought process now, I can substitute those words because there's a dictionary that people read. No, but I'm just trying to get like my music out there because, like I said, like you never know when your last day is your last day, and I want to do that without any regrets. I don't want to wish I did this or did that. I want to say that I did it. Life is complete, So more music coming out 2021. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, a little too big. Why a little too big? Because I'm a little too big.
Oh man, so that collab with you and T-Pain gonna be going down on that album?
Man, I don't know, man. He's selective, because like he did a stream some time ago, right? To where like he was listening to other artists, right? And like I said, you can't name anybody else that's at his caliber that will literally sit down and listen to your music and give you feedback on it, or try to tell you to reach out to this person or that person. He was doing the stream like that, right? And I was joking around when I put my music on there. Like, it was a song called "I'm a Clothesline You," and he was like, "This fool literally put up a song about clotheslining somebody." So it was me and my friend Just Moonbeam, and like the song was like "I'm a Clothesline You," and like it's like a little R&B in the background, but it's funny, it's hilarious. So that's like one of my next parody songs, right? And he was like, "This is fire," and I was like, "Why he whispered that?" But I never thought in my mind, like I said, that I would be. Like that, me and T-Pain are friends. You see what I'm saying? Like this is my brother. I can call him and check on him and make sure he's all right. And that's what he did with me when I had the stroke and I was in the hospital. And he made sure that I was all right. And I would never think that I would be playing games or having conversations with T-Pain or even having the thought process of doing a song with T-Pain. So if that happens, it happens. I'll pay him though.
It's so surreal, man. Like looking at, so if you were to talk all the time you were in IT, right? All those years, you were stepping the DeLorean and go back in the past. Would you have ever thought you'd be tight with T-Pain? You'd be part of NappyBoyGaming? Would you have ever thought that?
Guys, I need you to follow somebody. You might already be following. It's a person I want to sign to NappyBoyGaming, and I want you guys to give him a bigger audience, and I want you guys to look at this shit. And all it's a click. You only got to spend no money. You ain't got to subscribe. I just want you to follow this person. Okay, guys, go follow BigCheeseKIT. BigCheeseKIT. Let me tell you, player, is he playing a game? Oh, shit. I'm about to host. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. Oh, bro. We going to his shit. Everybody go to his shit. Everybody go to Big Cheese shit. BigCheeseKIT. That. Let's go. I'm in there.
Oh, it's true. Nobody want to talk about that, though. What?
I just rated him. What? I just rated him. Everybody host this dude. I want to sign him to NappyBoyGaming, and y'all make sure y'all tell him that I want to sign him to NappyBoyGaming, and I love him to death, and I love his streams, and just let him know. Just let him know that I love his streams. I saw. Oh my God. Yep. Rate it. Big Cheese. You done got raped. Tell this about to go crazy. It's over. Boom. There it is. Boom. It's over. I love this, bro. Oh my God. I love this. Did I break him? Wait, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, nah, he went in.
Never.
Did you have people telling you, like, that's impossible?
Yeah. Man. Like that like people will doubt you no matter what your journey is because they think it's not possible. And I had a few of my friends that had to go through that process too because they had their own vision, they had their own things that they wanted to do and was told it's not possible, it's not reachable. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that tells me that is just more motivation for me to even go for it. You know what I'm saying? And some people will get discouraged and be like, hey, maybe that person's right. Maybe I shouldn't pursue this. Maybe I should just stick to what I'm doing. No, give it a shot. Try it. Like I said, I just started full-time streaming this year. And like I said, I've been doing this for years. And I said, you know what? Let's give it a shot. I have my IT certifications. I have all that stuff. That stuff is not going to die. So if I do want to go back to IT because this is not successful, I can do that. I have something to fall back on. That's my plan B because all the stuff I know is still there. But the opportunity of doing something like this being able to cheer people up, being able to entertain people, being able to just do what I love doing as far as music, games, entertainment. To say that this is my career, no, this is my calling. This is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here to do for you guys. And like I said, I don't have the thousands of viewers or whatnot. I don't have that. That's fine. I'm happy with the community that I have because they appreciate what I do for them. And I will continue to be that calling for them if they ever need me. Mm-hmm. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Amen to that, man. Last question I got for you. I know you on this fitness journey, man. How's that been going?
Yeah.
Show them guns, man.
I wish. You go see BB guns. So like when I got in the hospital, mm-hmm. I was like around 322, 323 mm-hmm. as far as my weight. And ever since I got out of the hospital, I've been walking, drinking a lot of water, trying to keep myself away from processed foods or processed drinks as far as like sodas and things like that. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I've been drinking a lot more water, drinking alkaline water, not a lot because from my understanding, alkaline water messes up your kidneys and I don't want no kidney failure. So mm-hmm. I drink like one a day and not like 4 or 5 bottles a day. No, that's dangerous. Mm-hmm. So I've been doing that. I'm on an air fried diet to where I eat like air fried foods or air fried plant burgers or air fried wings. Oh, the wings are so good. Oh my gosh.
Everyone keeps telling me I need to get an air fryer.
Dude,
is it worth the hype?
Dude, I will not lie to you about investing in an air fryer. Please get one. Get one, man. And the first thing that you put in that air fryer is like 8 wings, right?
Ooh.
Temperature 385 for 25 minutes. They're going to come out so Jill Scott. All right. And what I mean by that is golden. Okay. I can't say Jill Scott out loud because, you know, my wife got the cat ears and she know how I feel about Jill Scott. But it's so good, man. Like, and like I invested in like, you know, sugar-free, you know, barbecue sauce because like my sauce is Sweet Baby Ray's. I love with Sweet Baby Ray's, but that with some barbecue sauce, dude, like I'm set. I don't want no other food. Like it's so good, bro. And like you can do the vegetables like that too. You can do turkey wings like that too. You can do any type of food you set your mind to like that. But don't put no hot dogs in there for long. When I tell you I put hot dogs in there and like the inside was good, but that outside was looking like Noob Saibot, bro. Like it was like, this ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. But no, man, like the air fryer diet, man. Go like the air fryer, get one, invest in one. It's definitely worth it. Easy to clean, you know, you ain't gotta like do anything out of the ordinary, put stuff in the dishwasher, etc. So I've been doing that. I've been doing like boxing fitness too. I've been doing Ring Fit Adventure. And I've just been moving around a lot. Like I'm trying to invest into like a green rug or carpet that matches the green screen background. And I got the wrong green. It's too bright down here. So I gotta find the color that matches the green on the wall. But I'm trying to like find like something like soft I can be able to sit on, you know, when I be doing these like Ring Fit exercises and stuff. So I'm just trying to get better, man. And like my goal is to get down to 250, but I'm taking it like small goals to where it's like, okay, I reached 293. I lost over 31 pounds so far. And I'm trying to get down to 280. After 280, 270, 260, 250, and I'm done. Like that'll be it for me. Like just keep that up and I'll be good.
Okay. Man, you got this. You got this.
We need help, man. Because like, you know, you're surrounded by all type of stores, and then she be like, can you go to the store and get me this? I've been going to the store the first thing you see when you go to like a Walmart or a Publix, snacks. I'll be like, it's right there in front of me. Just walk
Don't you think it's all by design though? You notice how healthy things cost way too damn much?
Yeah. It's crazy how a box of Little Debbie Swiss cake rolls costs $1.50 or $1.99, but to get some pineapples, it costs $5. Like, bro, like, man, they set you up to stay fat. Like, come on, like, you're gonna go for the cheaper part, bro. You're gonna go for the cheaper chocolate than the pineapples. But I love pineapples, so it's like I'm not even supposed to have pineapples. I can't have it after 12 o'clock. I can't have it because, like, the whole sugar thing or whatnot. But I'd rather have that than to have a Swiss cake roll or a Little Debbie brownie or whatnot. And I love Little Debbie's. I can't even have them anymore. But like but that's me training my mind and training my body to do better. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, that's what got me in the hospital last time, because I was eating it because it was there. It was available for me. I could buy it. I could get it. And then this thing, it got me in the hospital. It's like, I don't want to go back there. I don't want a second stroke. I don't want that. I fear that. Like, every time I think about that, it's like, man, no, I'm good. Y'all got me in the hospital. I'm trying to stay out of there.
Especially like working in IT, man. It's easy just to...
Yeah, because because it's just like we're always sitting down. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I keep moving my body around. I keep moving around the house. I move around here, and that's why I try to make much space so I can just walk around and be stupid like I'm always doing as far as streaming. and like, doing the whole thing with the exercises and the whole thing with the video games. Like, I even bought Zumba. I don't even know how to do any of those dances. But I still bought the game. So it's like I still bought the game because I want to keep moving around, and that for me, this is my gym. I have free weights. I have, a safe area where I can do like the little exercises and yoga and, you know what I'm saying, and namaste and stuff like that. So, but I have to stay consistent with it, because if I don't, then I'm gonna get back to that flubber mode, and then I'll be back to 3X, and I just threw all my 3X shirts away. So it's like, well, I didn't throw them away. I good with them. And like, this is a 3X, and this thing is so puffy on me, but I want to stay that way. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay to where it's like I can fit an XL, I can fit a double XL. I don't want to go back to 3X. It costs more to buy clothes to 3X and 2X. It costs more. All right. Your shirts are $9. Mine's is $13. So that's how I look at it, man.
No, but dude, much success on your journey. You're gonna succeed.
I appreciate it,
man.
Thank you, man.
Is there anything? I know we talked on a lot of things, but is there anything you want to leave the audience with before we go? Any advice you want to give to folks that look up to you or content creators is on this journey? Anything? Flow is yours. Don't get shy now.
Brush teeth. No,
I think I know what you're referring to. The video.
Brush.
That, I'm like, bruh.
All right, brush teeth or get twisted teeth. Which one you want now? Which one you want? No, but I like, don't be afraid to try. All right, try, shoot your shot, give it a chance. And if it's not successful, at least you tried. Like you said earlier, you don't want to go out, or you hate to see that people are going out saying, I wish I was able to do this, I wish I was able to do that. Do it. So therefore you don't have any regrets. Now, I'm saying that in a positive manner. Now, if you go out there and do some little stupid drug or whatnot, that's on you. All right. I'm talking about anything that you set your mind to as far as being successful. If you want to be a content creator, if you want to be a streamer, if you want to do a podcast, if you want to network with other people and like be like an influencer manager, a community manager, a PR, or anything like that, shoot your shot. Go ahead and do it. And best of luck to you. And break a leg or stanky your knees or whatever they call that nowadays. Do it, man. Have fun doing it. All right.
Yeah.
I know it's a passionate thing for people, but don't let passion ruin the fun for you.
Yeah.
Enjoy what you do. Have fun.
Yeah. I lied. I actually got one more question for you. Did you have fun?
Always. If I don't have fun, what I'm doing? I'm just here so I don't get fined. Do I like Marshawn Lynch to you? Nah, I'm having fun over here. Always. But I definitely I enjoy it, man. And the reason why I enjoy it is because others enjoy it, And that's the legacy I want to leave behind. My legacy is when I get on the stream, people leave knowing that they learned something from me, or they got a laugh from me, or they laugh because I did something, And if I can get on stream and do that every day, I'm successful.
Yeah. But
if I happen to leave the stream early because the fiber kicked in, it's not your fault. So, and yeah, thank you for having me though, man. I definitely appreciate it, man. I had a lot of fun.
Good time, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I did, man.
We definitely got to do this again, man. I'd love to have you on the show again. And here's the other thing. Here's the most important question, because my wife texted it. She's like, when she's coming out to Hawaii? Well, look.
2022.
Okay. So when you come out here, let me paint the picture for you. Because I offered this all to Oni as well when he come out here. I said, look, first off, I got a house. And I'm 2 minutes away from Waikiki.
Right.
And I'm right next to all the good spots. So like, if you ever want to come out here, you got a place to stay. Just say, you good.
I appreciate it. Hopefully you got like a air mattress, and I don't want to break your bed because I'm still hesitant of the weight that I have. I don't want to be like on the bed and be like,
Dude, let me tell you about the guest room we got. So the guest room we got, because we got a 5-bedroom house. Very fortunate. This is why I'm grateful for IT, and I'm glad I got the hell out of it. But I'm grateful for the IT because it allowed us to buy this house.
Right.
But my guest room that I have all my guests. So I've had like Ruben Langdon, who does Devil May Cry. He does Dante. I've had David Hayter come out here. I've had a bunch of other folks come out. So whenever industry folks come out, or my content creator friends, I'm like, yo, you got a spot. So the room, it's a fairly big room, got a big screen TV. You got all the game consoles from past gen to current gen up in there. I'm about to put that Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet. I'm about to put that joint up in there.
Bruh, I'll be on that then. That's my game right there, man. I love that game.
So trust, bro. You got a spot. So, you and your wife, y'all want to come out here, just know y'all got a spot to come out.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Speaking of which, like you said, the big screen TVs, I'm trying to get that LG CX. That's my next goal. Dude, that thing is that's not a normal TV. That is a doggone monitor with TV stats on it.
Right.
So that is my next goal, man. But I definitely appreciate the offer, and I will definitely take that into consideration because she deserves a vacation. She's been working hard. She's been in school. She's been passing classes, and it's hard. It's hard marrying an officer, of the law. So I'm scared of her. All right, she pack heat. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a refrigerator. That's it. But I'll definitely take it into consideration, and I will definitely keep in contact for sure, man. Like I said, I thank you for the opportunity. Thank you to your community. Thank you to you and everybody in Hawaii. If I come out there, please brush your teeth.
Go ahead and plug your outlets, man. Tell people where they can find you. And I'm gonna leave it all in the description down below too.
Got you. So you can find me Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and probably I might even make a bounce back on TikTok. BigCheeseKIT. All of it's the same. I'm trying to get the 10,000 followers on Instagram because I guess that's the only way I can get a swipe up. Because you know how hard it is to get verification on there. But that's another episode. But but that's where you can find me. And like I said, I enjoy short walks on the beach, and I play games every day of the week, and here to entertain you guys. So thank you.
All right. And y'all can, for the audience, I'll leave links to everything for BigCheeseKIT. I'll leave all his information and links down below in the comment, and not the comment. This is not, damn, I tripped up on my own self. Like in the description, I'm like, yo, I'm not in the YouTube video. I'm in the podcast.
Like there it is, right there.
It'll be down there in the description below, and you can catch this episode of the Kasanova Podcast along with many others on various platforms: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Pandora. We recently got reached out to by Amazon to get our podcast on Amazon Music, so it's over there as well.
Nice.
We're over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mikhail Kasanova, and also on youtube.com/Mikhail Kasanova. So catch us over there. You know, this is the part where I need to close out, and every time I screw it up. But thank y'all for coming through. Jeez, I'm so grateful you came on the show. It's been an honor. I'm a fan, man. I love your swag. I love your work. I love the energy, the positivity, and it's an inspiration, man. Being able to talk to you, seeing your journey, and hearing it just motivates me to keep driving, man. So I appreciate you for that.
Yeah,
and,
most definitely.
With that said, man, definitely gonna have you back on the show in the future. You are kicking off 2021, first episode of the year. You setting the standard, man. I don't think we can. I don't think, look, the real talk, I was thinking, do we end the year with this episode, or do we start the year with that? I'm like, let's start it. Let's set the bar.
First of all, we got started by giving you your flowers while you're here. Because,
exactly.
You know, I said, proud of you and your success as far as being the number one individual in Hawaii as far as podcasts. You're going to keep being that. You're going to keep doing that, keep being that, and keep being an example of how consistency works.
Oh, dude, the hate is real.
And that's the thing. Let it be real. But you know what else is real? The stats of being
stats
number
don't
one.
Lie.
Yeah.
They don't lie.
You hate the realness. See, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all so fake and so involved with fake stuff, you don't even appreciate the real. And that's why you give real flowers to those who deserve it, man. But I appreciate it, man. Love you, man, and keep it going.
All right, man. With that being said, this is BigCheeseKIT and myself. We're signing out. Y'all have a good one. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. I hope it was informative, engaging, and you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you go ahead and leave a rating and a review. It greatly helps out the podcast and helps the platforms that we're on go ahead and promote us more so that more people can check it out. And if you're wondering what all platforms we're on, aside from what you've listened to it on, we're available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Pandora, Spotify, Amazon Music, and more. And if you want to support the podcast, then we've got Patreon, so patreon.com/Mikhail Kasanova, which allows us to continue doing what we're doing. If you're looking for this in video format, we're also available on twitch.tv/Mikhail Kasanova, as well as youtube.com/Mikhail Kasanova. So with all that being said, I'll catch you on the next episode of Hawaii's #1 podcast and the #1 podcast in the Pacific, the Kasanova Podcast. You have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.